Alright, so Dan gave me the clap last time, so I wonder if it still works.
Where is she? She should have been here already.
Oh.
Hi!
So that's what that feels like.
Yeah, how's it going?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Good. Welcome everybody to Hindsight TV's Magnificent Manly Monday.
What up?
I'm going to be your host today, and our guest is Daniel. So the tables have turned. Usually you do the interviewing.
Yep.
So how does it feel so far being in that chair?
I'm actually nervous. I don't know why.
Are you really?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I don't know why.
So we put up the call for questions. So we got a bunch of questions from fans.
Tons. Oh yeah, bajillion fans, because I've got the best YouTube subscribers out there.
Yeah.
All 207 of them.
Yeah, well, we got tons of questions from two people. These are from Chris Hughes.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
You're looking fabulous.
Yes. If you could act with anyone, past or present,
Ooh.
who would it be? So I guess like dead or alive.
Past would be Marlon Brando,
Okay.
because he was batshit crazy, and he's also the Godfather, and I'd want to work with Marlon Brando. And present, I want to work with Christoph Waltz.
Who is that?
He is Colonel Hans Landa of the SS in Inglourious Bastards, and he's also Dr. King Schultz in Django Unchained. The Jew Hunter from...
Okay.
Have you seen those movies?
No. If you could act in any show, television show, that is either on the air now or was, which show would it be?
Past would be Buffy.
You brought up Buffy in our last interview.
It's one of my favorite shows. It's fantastic, and I would have loved to have worked with that cast. Past actually would be a tie between Firefly or Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Both Joss Whedon. He's fantastic. I'll go with present. I would say Suits, because that's a fantastic show. And a friend of mine auditioned for that show.
Really?
She didn't get it, but that's okay.
Okay.
Why are you laughing? What comes next? Oh no.
I can't wait to hear the answer to this.
Okay.
Okay. Have you ever shit yourself in public?
Yeah. Okay. I've never told this story ever to anyone because it's embarrassing as fuck. My dad and I were fishing on Lockport. So I'm 8, and he's like, go up and use the restroom in the local A&W. And when I went in there, for some reason, all their lights were off.
Oh no.
But the door was still open, so I didn't know what was going on. And I guess it wasn't really in public because there wasn't anybody really around, but it was still in a public place. So I went into the washroom, and all the lights were off there, too. And I'm calling, I'm like, hello, is there anyone here?
All the lights were off in the A&W.
Everywhere,
Oh,
but
man.
the door was still open.
You start making your own burgers and stuff?
Oh yeah, with my poop.
Butt burgers?
Turd burgers. I was scared of the dark, and I didn't want to venture into this absolutely pitch black bathroom. And so I'm kind of standing there, and for some reason I just expected that my dad would be showing up, and then I pooped myself. Fuck you, Chris. Have you shit your pants?
This is not an interview of me.
Oh.
If Dutchie were a guy, would you touch her balls?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, okay.
If so, prove it, touch your balls?
No, that was there was no weird, choose your own adventure thing at the end of it.
This is weird.
What does Dutchie smell like?
Angel dust and unicorn farts.
Oh. And he said, I bet like magic. That sounds pretty magical.
That does sound pretty magical.
Bro, do you even lift?
No.
You don't?
No.
I thought you do.
I haven't lifted for 2 weeks because I got really lazy, and when I do lift, because of my no muscle mass, I lift 10-pound weights. I just don't like physical exercise.
Okay, this one is also not a question.
Mm-hmm.
It's just another demand. It says, dance, motherfucker, dance.
You got it.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Oh, don't you wish your boyfriend was sweet like me? Oh, don't you?
These questions are from Marina.
Mm-hmm.
What is the lamest joke you've ever heard?
The lamest joke that I've ever heard is why was 6 afraid of 7? 'Cause 7, 8, 9.
What's the most played song on your iPod?
On my iPhone is probably a song called Animal Kingdom by Bliss and Esso. They're an Australian hip-hop group, and they're fantastic.
Okay.
I only have Bliss and Esso and Deontwood on my phone.
Oh.
Australian and South African hip-hop.
Yeah, okay.
On my iPod, it would, I've got Michael Bublé, I've got Megadeth, I've got the Yoshida brothers, which are a Japanese thing.
Michael Bublé?
I love Michael Bublé. I'm a crooner. Out of the tree of life, I just picked me a plum.
Do you have like an activity that you do, like, I don't know, like go for a jog or something like that, that you always have to listen to the same song while you're doing it?
Whenever I bike, and like Marina's gonna laugh at me because she's thinking what I'm thinking right now, but whenever I bike, I put on, there is an amalgamation of every polka medley that Weird Al Yankovic has done from 1983 to 2011. It's 52 minutes long, and it's called Polka Attack.
What's at the top of your bucket list?
One of the tops would probably go to New Zealand to visit the set of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings.
Can you do that? Just go visit there?
Oh, okay. So for the Lord of the Rings, they made it out of like this biodegradable material because they figured that they would just scrap it after they were done shooting. When they came back to do The Hobbit, they made it out of sturdy material. And Hobbiton, the place that hobbits live, you're like, yeah, sure. They actually made it out of really sturdy material so that it could last 10 or 12 years without any maintenance, so that people can go and visit it.
Would you dress up?
What I would want to do...
Oh god, you put a lot of thought into this.
Yeah, me and my cousin thought about it. What I would want to do is sneak in at night with a pipe and some totally legal substance and have a puff in Bilbo Baggins' house. Just like a Gandalf pipe, just be like, oh, Toby.
I don't get that.
I know you don't. That's okay. Anybody who watches Lord of the Rings will be like, Toby, the finest pipe breed in the South, father.
What's the first thing you'd do if you were a girl for a day?
Go get free drinks.
You think it's that easy, hey?
The first time I went to Fame, I got mad free drinks.
Yeah.
Yup. I spent money on one drink, and then it was all just, hey, Sailor, how you doing?
Sailor. Did you, like, flirt for the drinks?
No. But, like, you talk to them.
Yeah.
You talk to them. They think that you're totally interested, just like all the hot girls do. They're just like, you're so funny. See ya.
Yeah. Okay, these are my questions.
Okay.
Does it make you sad when you post a video on Hindsight TV and it only gets like 30 views?
No. To me, it's more the comment section. I don't care how many people view it, but the people who do view it, I would love it if they left a comment. Like, Slayer, who is Chris, leaves a comment. Brentos, who is my friend Brent for Weimar, used to leave comments. First one all the time, and now he doesn't.
Brent.
The fuck. Hundadadadadju. Shammalam ding dong.
Okay.
Death Train's a coming. Like, these are all people who I have never met, those last three.
Right.
I've never met them. Kevin Reynolds TV
and they enjoy your content and will post that they do.
And they comment.
Yeah.
And that they are why I make videos.
Yeah.
To be quite honest.
Can we see your Batman tattoo?
Yup.
Ooh. Sometimes you refer to yourself as, or people refer to you as, Batman.
Yep.
So what sets Batman apart from other superheroes? What is so great about Batman?
He has no superpowers. He's essentially alone. And I understand that he has Alfred, and... sure.
What?
Robin becomes Nightwing and they have a falling out later.
Oh, I haven't watched any of the new ones, so...
There's not... It's comics.
Oh. Okay, sorry, the comics, okay.
He has a hard time keeping a love interest, because he's just so absorbed in the right that he's doing. He's the world's greatest detective, he's the world's greatest martial artist. No matter what happens to Batman, he doesn't have any superpowers to push himself back up. And, like, Superman has his own shit to work out. He's not human, all he wants to be is accepted by everybody else, yada yada blah blah blah. You can research Superman yourself. But...
I'll get on that.
Well, yeah, of course you will. Personal time. Okay, YouTube, I was getting really mad bullied, like beaten up all the time. People were... I was hated in junior high. I had no friends.
Were you not as lovable as you are now? Or?
I was well, I don't know, maybe. But I was a nerd. I was a really big nerd, and I was in a comic book shop, and like I had always liked Batman. But it was that moment that I realized, doesn't really matter what happens, doesn't really matter what gets thrown at me. I don't have superpowers, I don't have this, I don't have that, but neither does Batman.
That's a really... I didn't know all that.
That's why I got it tattooed, because every time I wake up in the morning after I take a shower, I look at myself and it's like, okay, what would Batman do?
Tell me the story, from your point of view...
Once upon a time.
...of how you and I met.
I had a Facebook message from a hot girl. And I was like, dang, she's hot, and she likes my YouTube channel. Or maybe it was a comment. I can't remember if it was a YouTube comment or a Facebook message, but it was something. And And
it was a straw to grasp at.
and yeah, it was. And so I immediately clickety-clacked back. You gave me your phone number, I think, and then I called you because I was like, we should be best friends for life. And then I nailed her.
Okay, so what actually happened was, through the interwebs, you know, I click around on things, I stumbled across your videos. And I was like, this guy is hilarious. So I added him on Facebook.
Yes, I got that part right.
Yeah. I don't think I messaged you. I think you messaged me, like,
so.
within seconds of this friend request, being like, hey, who are you? Do I know you? Like, what? And I was just like, oh, hey, like, I saw your YouTube video, I thought you were funny, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, okay, well, I have to go to, like, work or something, and so, like, you should text me, though, because
I love how you're
frantic.
I'm so frantic. I'm like, please, pay attention to me.
And so then I gave you my number, and then you, like, called me right away on the way to work, and you're just like, yeah, so, like, blah, 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 and you're like, this doesn't happen to me all the time, so, like...
No, it doesn't.
And then I don't think we actually ended up meeting in person for, like, a really long time after that, though.
No, because
like
honestly, you made me nervous.
When you are interviewing someone, what makes for a good interviewee?
Not that.
Yeah. You do a lot of impersonations that I'm very impressed by. And what is your favorite impersonation to do?
Chewbacca. I've either Chewbacca or Patrick Warburton.
Okay.
Or Elmo. I love Elmo. Christopher Walken. Everybody hates my Elmo. They think it's so...
It's so creepy!
When you're doing an impression, like for Stewie Griffin, I thought that I had nailed it right away, but it was just like a gay British accent. And then I realised that I had to pinch back here, sort of like a different Elmo. But Elmo's a lot tighter.
Yeah.
And also, you know, my bass voice for my self is low. You know, I've got a baritone range. Stewie's totally a tenor.
Okay.
Almost a soprano, you might say. He's not. Like when you hear Patrick Warburton from The Emperor's New Groove, like he's doing a different Patrick Warburton than he actually does.
In real life, does he have that voice, like in interviews?
It's kind of like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But he doesn't, like, really... He's not like Joe from Family Guy. Joe from Family Guy's a character.
Yeah, and then Putty in Seinfeld, he's like...
Yeah, he's a character, too.
He's like a little more mild.
But he's like a little bit laid back.
Yeah, because
he's like Patrick Warburton, but on Valium.
Yeah. So, I am terrible at impressions. I'm terrible at sound effects or anything like that. So, but we're going to do a little segment called...
It's going to be called Match That Impersonation. Tip of the tongue, teeth, and the tits. The arsonist had oddly shaped feet. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. We're going to go back a long, long time ago to a galaxy far away. We're going to do Chewbacca.
Oh, God. I can't do it.
Do you want tips? Do you want tips?
Yeah.
Okay, like, get some of your drink. Gargle it. Okay, now control...
I swallowed.
Think
Is
of,
that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Think about what you were doing, though.
Yeah.
And gargle your spit that's there. And also go... We're going to go a little bit older here. We're going to do Christopher Walken. Okay. So with this one, you want to emphasize different words. And it's terrible right now because I've got a cold. But if I had cowbell, I'm sure it'd be better.
I've got a fever. I've got a fever. And the only cure is more cowbell. I don't know. I
Cowbell.
can't do it. Okay.
It's alright. So we're going to do Stewie. And when you do Stewie, he's got this sort of... He's British, obviously. Mm-hmm. And you want to, like, pinch the back of your throat. And, okay. Go ahead.
I've created a time machine. Oh my god. Okay, wait. First I have to do a British accent, so...
Stewie's bass accent would be this one. It's
Stewie's
like...
bass accent would be this one.
Except not as embellished. Go like this. Go, sound like an alien.
Stewie is...
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Stewie was pretty good. But you want to be a little bit higher.
A little bit higher.
Except, and not as phlegmy. You can work on that one. Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
Oh, you've already got this one pretty much in the bag.
I think it's a little simpler.
Maybe not.
Okay, well, thank you so much for having me as host. I hope I did.
Oh, thank you for having me in your not bathroom. This is lovely to be in a place that actually smells nice.
We don't do toilets here. So, thank you so much. So you watched Magnificent Manly Monday. If you would like another man featured on the show interviewed by this man...
No, it would be interviewed by you. Come on now.
Really?
Well, yeah, if we're going to do Magnificent Manly Monday, if we're going to do Fabulous Female Friday interviewed by me, then we have to have you as the interviewer for Magnificent Manly Monday all the time.
So I'm a regular.
Yeah!
Okay.
You're like my correspondent now.
Yay!
You're like the first person to work for Inside TV, only I don't pay you money.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to see somebody nominated for a Magnificent Manly Monday, if you care, leave it in the comments down below, and we'll get to it, and the person with the most votes will win. And they'll be set up next to this hot lady.
I'll dress up a little more. I wore sweatpants today.
Fantastic.
Oh, thanks. Okay, thanks for watching. See everyone next time.
What you gonna do with all that junk inside your trunk? Get you drunk, get you drunk off my pump.